We're joined now by North Carolina head coach Hubert Davis. We're going to go ahead and open the floor for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you. We're going to start with the mic here in the middle.
Yep. Coach, congratulations over here.
Okay, thank you.
Obviously, I know they have some limitations offensively, but you guys held them to their season low output. What was working so well for you defensively?
Well, I just felt like every shot that they took, we were in a position to contest it. I really like the job that Leaky did on Clark. You know, one of the big differences from the first time that we played Virginia, I felt like from an offensive standpoint, they were featuring Clark a lot more, especially in late clock situations. And, you know, we wanted our best defensive player on Clark. And we felt like his size and his athleticism would bother him, but it just wasn't Leaky's defense. I really feel like everybody else was locked in defensively. We talk about this a lot. For us to have success out there on the floor, that if we can play defense, if we can rebound the basketball and also limit our turnovers, it really puts us in a good position out there on the floor, and it takes care of the offense. And so because we were so good defensively, I don't think we were really good offensively outside of Brady. It allowed us to be really good out there on the floor.
When you go to the middle of the room, front row.
Coach, early in the season, you guys had some issues dealing with success at times. What was the difference now coming off the Duke game, you guys cutting the cord to that? And at what point do you think you started to see that they were making that adjustment? They weren't having that as an issue anymore.
Yeah, so many people had asked, how are you going to bounce back and how are you going to adjust after, the emotions from the game this past Saturday? And I just didn't understand that. It was an emotional game, but it was just a game. And our attention and our focus and our preparation and our practice from last Saturday has been squarely on the ACC tournament. And once we found out we were playing Virginia, it was, narrowed in terms of our focus on playing a really good Virginia team. And so that's where we are. We don't look at things that are outside of our control, and we don't look at things in the past. We focus on what's in front of us, and now what's in front of us is playing an extremely good Virginia Tech team that we've played twice this year.
And you go to the back right, the CO.
Hubert, how important was it for you guys to get off to a fast start, given that the other top seeds all kind of seemed like they struggled in the first half? And I don't know if it was because of the double bye and, the space between the regular season ending and now playing, but just how important was it to get out to that good start in the first half?
It was very important for us to get off to a good start. CL, one of the things that it's difficult, you get that double bye, but this was the first time. We've never practiced here. We never had a shoot around here. So when we came on the court, this was our first time ever playing on this floor in this arena. And so I wasn't worried, but I was thinking we would be a little hesitant out there on the floor trying to find a rhythm. On the offensive end, I think it took us a while to get into the rhythm, for the exception of Brady, but defensively, that's what got us the lead. I thought where we got our confidence and our strength was us continuing to get defensive stops. And even though that from an offensive standpoint, it took us a while to get in, a rhythm, I felt like our defense was so good that it allowed us to be successful.
When you go to the left side of the room, second row.
Hey, Hubert, you mentioned obviously outside of Brady, the offensive exception, he was exceptional in the first half. What's sort of your philosophy on riding a hot hand when a guy is hitting like that? And is this the player that you envisioned when you guys first got him out of the portal last summer?
Well, I mean, Brady's, he was in a nice rhythm in the first half, but he's been in a pretty good rhythm the entire season. One of the things that, I hope people are seeing, he's not just a great three-point shooter. He's a basketball player, and he can put the ball on the floor. He's an excellent passer. He's always in the right spots. He's an instinctive player on both ends of the floor that just makes plays consistently to put our team in a good position. And We needed him in the first half. We're trying to establish Armando down low on the paint. We're trying to use ball screens in transition to get downhill. Virginia is so good defensively. At times it's very hard to find good shots. But Brady's ability to shoot the ball from the outside and also penetrate and drive and get to the basket really opened us up from an offensive standpoint and allowed us to play a little bit better on the offensive end.
When you go to the back right of the room.
Coach, of course, played in a lot of ACC tournaments. What was it like coaching in one, coming away with a convincing win in your first game as a coach?
It was really emotional. I told the guys before they came out to warm up, I said, the ACC, I grew up watching the ACC. I grew up going to the ACC, watching my uncle when he was here playing at Carolina from 74 through 77. I played in the ACC tournament. I was an assistant coach at the ACC tournament for 9 years, and now I'm the head coach participating in the ACC tournament. I just told them that this was a big deal to me. It's significant, and I just was really excited and very thankful and humbled to be in this position and to be in this position here at the ACC tournament. I love this tournament. And I have so many great memories watching and being a player and now as a coach.
When you go to the middle room to Mike.
Coach Day, have a chance to make another memory tomorrow. Virginia Tech, you referenced, you've played them twice. What stands out? What are some of the keys to that matchup?
Well, they're, from an offensive standpoint, they have just a lot of movement. They've got great spacing and balance. They're an outstanding three-point shooting team, but they also have two guys that can score consistently down low on the block, and both of those guys are outstanding passers. So automatically it puts you into making a choice. Do you double team the post or do you stay at home and with the shooters? And so they're just a very difficult team to match up with. The two games that we played them, one in Chapel Hill, another one in Blacksburg, were highly contested and very competitive. It'll be another great matchup tomorrow night.
And our last question will come from the left side of the room, third row.
Hey, Coach. Leaky mentioned your message after the Duke game was validation. So could you just explain what you meant by that and why it's important?
Well, that's something that we've talked about the entire season, is validating a good performance, validating a win, validating who we are as a team. And, one of the things that we talked about is, we've played really well over the last month and a half, and specifically we played really well this past Saturday. And so, let's validate the win that we had this past Saturday by playing extremely well today. And that's something that we've talked about at great length throughout the season, and something that's really important to us, that we want to continue to validate our good performances and continue to improve throughout the season.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Okay, thank you very much.